The commuter segment in India is one of the most competitive ones. If you don't make a great product, the consumers will chew you up and spit you out. In the 200cc commuter bike segment, you have some real icons. You're going up against the Bajaj NS, Bajaj Pulsar, Yamaha FZ, and also the TVS Apache.
The Hornet has been beaten time and time again by the icons of the 150 to 200cc segment bikes. And well, the TVS Apache, Yamaha FZ, and almost every other bike except like the Gixxer and a few others here and there have beaten the Hornet in terms of sales, with the Pulsar quite literally doing a slam dunk on each and every other bike in terms of sales. But for 2020, they've revised the Hornet, and instead of calling it something like the Hornet 200 or Hornet 160, they've given it a simple name, the Hornet 2.0. Quite a smart name for a smart looking bike. But that's literally every other bike in the segment. The FZ looks great, the NS looks great, even the Pulsar looks great, but it's kind of outdated for the past 19 years. But anyways, everything in this segment kind of looks great.
For 2020, the Hornet has gotten more muscular with more edges, more aggression and more stickers of course. But overall the transformation looks quite tasty. The bike looks lower, more aggressive, with pointy bits coming out here and there, and also the golden anodized upside down forks just make the bike pop even more.
But basically, each and every other bike in this segment looks great, and since looks are subjective, it's upon you to decide which one looks the best. But if the looks don't stand out for you, what does stand out for you then?
The engine is a 184cc single cylinder, which makes approximately 17 bhp and 16 Nm of torque. Wait, what? That's it? The MT-15 makes 18 bhp, the Apache makes 19 bhp, and the NS200 makes 24? Why should I get this bike?
But sometimes a bike isn't about the spec sheet. Most of the times when you're riding through the urban jungle, it doesn't even matter about all these figures and powers and other things in the bike. Most of the times, it's only about how you feel when you're riding it. Even though this Honda is less on displacement and less on power, at the end of the day, it's a Japanese motorcycle and it's a Honda.
Honda's engines don't need those extra cc's to deliver the performance of larger displacement motorcycles. The biggest contributing factor to this recipe is the Hornet's weight. It is the lightest bike in its segment, weighing in at 142 kgs excluding the MT-15, which comes in at 138. The Apache and the NS both are almost 10 kgs heavier than the Hornet, and that weight can be felt when you're carving through the traffic. The Hornet feels nimble and quick through the traffic with its 276mm front disc and 220mm rear disc with single-channel ABS stopping you before you crash into someone.
The real reason why you should buy the Honda Hornet is because of two things. One, the engine refinement, and two, the suspension setup. Let's start with the engine. It's a Honda, so the engine is super refined, even though it's not the most powerful or the engine with the most displacement at the end of the day. But one thing that I found really addictive about this bike was the throttle response. In the past, when I've rode like a NS160 BS6 and NS200 BS6, there was a really apparent disconnect between the throttle and the engine. So that gave it kind of like a slow feeling, even though the bike is clearly faster than this. But one more thing that this bike is really good at is giving fuel economy. It gives great fuel economy, which is 40 kmpl to 42 kmpl depending on how you're riding it, and it's better than the Apache, FZ. Coming to the suspension setup, at the front you get upside down forks or USDs if you like to call them that, and it is a super special riding experience compared to other bikes in the segment. It basically irons out all of the bumps really well, and it's the only bike in the segment which actually gets USDs, and they're anodized with this gold nice layer of paint over there, and looks absolutely wonderful and looks truly unique in the segment. At the rear you get a pretty basic monoshock setup, and it's flawless. It works beautifully with the front suspension setup, and overall in general you get a bike which is super comfortable to ride.
A few things that I really don't like about the Hornet is one, they should have given it in a dual channel ABS format, and number two, that ugly sari guard. Apart from that, the Honda Hornet is a wonderful commuter motorcycle, and if you're looking for something solely for the purpose of commuting from point A to point B, look no further than the new Hornet. A big shout out to Pashankar Honda for providing this motorcycle to us. They're one of the best Honda two-wheeler showrooms in Pune, and they have some amazing inventory, and you can buy bikes like the Africa Twin, CBR 650R and other high-end Honda motorcycles from them. If you're looking for something small like the Hornet, that's also there in their inventory. So if you want to buy a motorcycle from Honda, go check Pashankar Honda.
Thank you so much for watching this video. Let us know what you think about the Honda Hornet. Do you think it's just an overpriced Honda product, or do you think it's something which is actually worthwhile? Let us know in the comments down below. And also, while you're down there, subscribe, comment, share, like, do all of the other formalities, and share it with your friends if you think this video is good enough. And thank you so much for watching. This is Som.